One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Gunna, debuted a new tattoo. Now he had YSL right on his arm, as you can see right here. Now the tattoo is now covered up, and so this gets posted. People start calling it out, and then Young Thug goes into the comments of a blog, and this is on Instagram. He says, he said it must end. LOL. I don't understand why he feels the need to comment on this. It's not like Gunna is making any concrete announcements. Like, people are being nosy, like fans are being nosy. I'm not gonna, chastise him for that, because child, I would be doing the same thing if I gave that much of a fuck. So like, here's a tattoo once again, and it's now covered up. And so he turned it into something else. So if you're trying to make it clear to the fans that you not effing with him, like, we get it, child. We been got it, and we don't care. We really don't care about the snitching allegations. So to refresh your memory, here is why Young Thug really do not F with Gunna. Okay, here is audio of Gunna taking his plea deal.
Affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
All right, so he is verifying that YSL is a music label and a gang.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
So there he is, taking his plea and saying that YSL must end. Now, I'd be confused a little bit, because didn't Young Thug take a plea as well? And in order to take that plea, even though he may not have been guilty of whatever, you still have to admit guilt. Or in that plea, you're admitting to guilt. You did that to get out. Now, a lot of some of the like pushback or whatever here. Some of the pushback when Young Thug took his plea was like, oh, like, if he had waited a little longer, like, it probably would have been a mistrial or something like that. So it says he pleaded guilty to several charges, including gang involvement and other offenses. Look, he took a motherfucking plea as well. I don't know what kind of plea it was, but like, Gunna took the Alford plea, so it's like, it's definitely different kinds of pleas. But either way, bitch, you mad at Gunna for taking a plea. You took a plea too. In taking a plea, you admitted that that shit is a gang. So please shut the fuck up. Like, if you would have sat trial or whatever, then I would have gave you some rope to hang yourself. But please shut up, Thug, and focus on making good music, because anything else we do not give a fuck about. Seriously, we don't. And once again, you're going to be a leech to Mariah the Scientist, because her career is lit and it's about to get litter, and you're about to go way down. Okay, if Gunna put out this next album and it goes up and your shit do not stay on the charts, it's gonna be very, very funny to see. And ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. So stop commenting on shit that don't concern you. Like, it's so easy. Like, yo, y'all celebrities are so fucking annoying. Like, truthfully, all y'all gotta do is shut the fuck up and focus on your work. Literally, that's all you have to do. So look at this. This was on April 25th. Oh my God, literally a month ago. So it says Young Thug's label YSL has officially disbanded. His new song is under Atlantic Records only. So we can go and check this on Spotify in real time. What is his latest release? Young Thug Future. Oh, it still says Young Stoner Life. Oh, and it came out April 25th. It says Young Stoner Life /300 Entertainment 2025 Atlantic Recording Corporation. So if you don't know, or if you don't remember, 300 was owned by Kevin Liles. Kevin Liles sold the company to Atlantic. So a lot of people, including even Megan's catalog, anybody who was signed to 300 is now under Atlantic Recording Group. So that page, and I did see some other pages saying that like YSL as a label disbanded, and that would have been like super interesting and or groundbreaking, because just like the rift that is going on between him and Gunna, but also like in terms of the in terms of the plea. Remember when Gunna took his plea, they said that like something like YSL must end. And so I thought that if this was true, like if YSL as a business has disbanded, I feel like it's a not a marketing, but a branding thing. Like, let's go on Instagram real quick and go to his shit. Young Stoner. I don't know what it is, child. Young Stoner Life Record. So it still has the name, 1.2 million followers. Okay. 1 day ago, they've celebrated the release of the London Travis Scott, Thug, J. Cole. Great song. Huh. So maybe it hasn't disbanded. What do you guys think of the new sort of like brand he's pushing? I don't know how to say it. Why Scuddy? I don't know. Apparently it's something about space. Maybe it's just going to be the name of this album. And he's already selling versions of his album, right? So it's definitely coming, and it's coming soon. So I think that he's gonna let Gunna release first because he doesn't have a release date out yet. I know that Gunna is supposed to release in June, so I think he's gonna let Gunna go ahead and release. And let me go on Gunna's Spotify, so just to check his latest release. Classy Girl. Okay, this is what he released in 2025. Let's see what this says. Young Stoner Life. A Young Stoner Life Records, 300 Entertainment, under exclusive license at 300 Entertainment, Turbo Publishing. Child, this don't even say Atlantic. It don't even say Atlantic under here. 300 Entertainment. But it definitely has to do with Atlantic. Goddamn. Let me go to his last 2024 release. What do you say? 300 Entertainment. It's not saying Atlantic. Let's check another one. Oh, it's really not saying Atlantic. Interesting. I don't know what it means. Can't explain it. Wish I knew, but it's interesting. It's not saying Atlantic, but it is still saying YSL, And so, that is important because, people are, people who keep up with them, they're trying to say that the label has disbanded. Seemed to me like the label is still, functioning, even if it's at a bare minimum. But if they're still, being credited, that means that, paperwork is flowing, money is still flowing through that business entity. So, interesting. He's saying, this says his new song is under Atlantic Records only. Now, this was their screenshot. Let me go back. That was their screenshot. That was a month ago, but we had our own screenshot because we checked it, right? I'm gonna compare that. Young Stoner Life, 300 Entertainment, Atlantic, right? So their screenshot only had Atlantic. Meanwhile, we're seeing YSL / 300 Entertainment. So I don't know. Maybe they definitely updated the metadata, to like get it, whatever. So I'm not gonna believe this. So at this point, YSL is definitely still a functioning label / business. Here, in Thug's latest interview with GQ, he talked about his relationship with Gunna. So let's see, John.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondered that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
I guess that's his own form of answer, huh?
You like to plow
I do, absolutely.
deep into things.
Yeah. I'm a pro.
Anyway, so he says he doesn't say much of anything when asked about his relationship with Gunna. You a dumbass motherfucker. You can't even stand on your shit. Thug, you got so much word. You got so much to say when it comes to social media. You commenting on the post indirectly, and subbing him and shit like that. But when somebody asks you straight up in the interview, I mean, I understand you probably can't be straight up because that's gonna alert, like the police and the officials who want you locked up or whatever. But goddamn. I don't even understand why he gotta keep talking about Gunna. Leave him alone. If you don't fuck with him, that's totally fine. Just leave him alone. Don't speak on him. It's real simple. Seriously. Now, but look, guys, this was another post that I had found about a month ago saying that Young Thug is done with his old YSL record label. So here is something that he actually posted on his story. So he said, so it's a picture of YSL and then it's burning. And then he says, old ... Then the other story is, this is the new, oh, yes. There was a conversation about this on Twitter. This is the new logo for YSL, right? You can see the Y, S, and then the L anywhere. I don't know. It's definitely very creative, kind of hard to see or whatever. And so a lot of people was taking this as YSL is over. But remember that Thug has a clothing line and it's called Spider, right? And so, wow, now Spider. Okay, so I think this is the new page or whatever. Let's see when their last post was, a week ago. Okay, so does this still belong to him? I'm not sure because he could have sold, some of his companies, for just cash flow or whatever. But anyway, this was the original. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, like this is supposed to be Young Thug's stuff. But anyway, my point in bringing that up was that, like, what does this logo remind you of? It kind of reminds you of a spider, you know, if you kind of, you know, very abstractly. And so I think it's a way to merge several of his brands, because he got the spider and then he got YSL, and it kind of does the job of merging them together visually. So I mean, fine, that's fine. I'm not mad at it or whatever. But I don't know. It seems like things are like up in the air. Anyway,
it's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is Destiny V. Love.
period.